What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and you can't make this stuff up. This is your Build Back Better and stimulus check update. Now, yesterday I reported to you that we had received word that Senator Joe Manchin threw cold water on Democrats' plans as he said that the Build Back Better, in his opinion, in its current state was dead. They need to start over from scratch, revise everything. Now, we also then, just a little while later, saw an article like this. Take a look, you guys. Joe Manchin gave a fresh hint on what he wants from a skinny Build Back Better bill. And that is going to be just fix the tax code, he says. So he says, listen, all we got to do is fix that portion. We'll be able to move forward and make progress. Now, I'm going to give you all the details because this is definitely a flip where a lot of people were saying that he said it was dead, it's over, it's done. And now he's saying, no, just the original version, and just fix the tax code and we could be back on track. So you guys, I'm going to give you all the details as to what he's saying, and we're going to be seeing if they're going to be able to do something here with the Build Back Better bill. Now, also wanted to say that there's some other big news that came out, and that is that this week on Tuesday, take a look at this, $30 trillion in government debt and counting. And this is one of the major concerns for Senator Joe Manchin. He's saying that this is getting out of control. We're seeing the impacts on inflation, and he's saying we need to slow down the debt. Now, we're going to be seeing what's happening with that, you guys. I'll be sure to keep you up to date. And also, just wanted to say that I hope everyone out there is doing well as we have winter weather updates that even here in Texas, northern Texas, they're being hit by ice and snow. And I know that there's a lot of people dealing with heavy weather out there. So hope you guys are staying warm and being safe and doing well. Also, too, wanted to say thank you for all the support on the second channel, Steve Ram Finance. I'm going to be uploading more content on there to help out people learn about growing wealth and personal finance. And if you're interested in joining that channel as well, I'll pin a comment down below. You can click the link, go subscribe, turn on notifications. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in, get you caught up on the latest with stimulus and Joe Manchin and Build Back Better. And let's start off by smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Just takes a second, really helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you like to stay up to date, totally free to do so. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is hop onto Instagram and shoot me a DM at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. Alright, so link in the description below to this article that just came out about 18 hours ago that says it's hard to know sometimes what's on Senator Joe Manchin's mind, but he seems to have taxes on the brain. Now, on Wednesday, yesterday, the elusive West Virginia senator reiterated a familiar priority of his for a future spending bill that Democrats eventually want to cobble together here. Just fix the tax code, he told reporters. Just fix the taxes. He also said earlier that there were no major discussions to revive President Biden's sprawling social and climate spending bill known as Build Back Better. And I reported that to you that as soon as he came out and said it, he said that this was dead, in his opinion, in its current state, and that they needed to start over from scratch. And now he's giving us a little bit more information. And Manchin came out against that $2 trillion Build Back Better stimulus package in December, sinking it in the 50-50 Senate. And that's because, as you know, the way the Senate is structured, 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans, in order for them to pass it through the process of reconciliation like they're trying to do, they need to get a majority vote, which means they literally need every single senator to vote in favor of it. And if just one Democratic senator votes against it, well, then it is a no-go. And right now, Manchin saying no ends the bill. Now, there's a lot of people talking, but there's no serious talks that I'm having with anybody directly on what you're all referring to, Manchin said, since he adopted a lead negotiating role on the efforts to forge the bipartisan deal on electoral reform. Now, late last year, Manchin said that he voted to advance an earlier version of the party line bill because his top priority was rolling back the 2017 Republican tax cuts. He had often said that he wanted to lift the corporation tax rate to 25% from its current level at 21%, trying to help out get more taxes, trying to alleviate some of that pressure of the debt. But Manchin's central goal for the package was derailed by another Democratic holdout, Senator Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona. Insider reported last fall that she objected to raising corporate and individual tax rates, dealing a blow to the party's endeavor to hike taxes on the wealthiest Americans and large corporations. Now, as we mentioned, Senate Democrats, they can't afford to lose the votes of either of those lawmakers in the face of a unified Republican opposition. So as we mentioned, they need 50 votes to pass this through reconciliation, and we have 50 no votes from Republicans, so every single Democratic senator has to be on board. And this is underscoring their outsized influence on the size of the scope of Biden's economic agenda. It's a precarious position that already put Build Back Better on pause for the time being. Now, in a December radio interview, the West Virginia Metro News, he said that he sought to fix the taxes so that everybody paid their fair share. We have one chance at this, okay? You have a chance to fix the tax code and make it fair and equitable, Manchin said. So if we all disagree with Republicans, reconciliation on tax cuts, don't you think that we can sit down and fix a fair and equitable tax code? Manchin has also repeatedly raised concerns about rising inflation, as we mentioned, which we're hearing is at a 40-year high right now. Goods across the board are increasing in price, which has reached its highest level in 40 years. A combination of persistent labor shortages, supply chains, bottlenecks are pushing prices up across the board for groceries, gas, and housing. And the Federal Reserve is charged with keeping inflation at a manageable level by increasing the cost of borrowing. And then we're hearing interest rates are going to be increasing throughout the course of 2022. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell signaled recently that an interest rate hike could come as soon as March, according to insiders Ben Wick. Now, asked by Insider if he could back more government spending after an interest rate hike, the conservative West Virginia Democrat pointed to the nation's growing debt load. We all got to be fiscally responsible. When you see the debt has gone to $30 trillion, and that was just this week, as we mentioned. All the obligations that we have with Medicare, Medicaid, and dependency of our retirees and all that, there's so many fiscal responsibilities. We have got to get our house in order first. The country's debt issue isn't so simple, according to Powell. The Fed chair told lawmakers in January that the risk isn't so much the debt as it is the government spending. With rates set to start climbing soon, the country's immense borrowing will have to be scrutinized, Powell said. Debt is not at an unsustainable level, but the path is unsustainable, meaning it's growing faster than the economy, he said during a January 11th confirmation hearing in the Senate. We have to address that over time. So you guys, let me know your thoughts. Is this a serious reversal? Now, if you watched yesterday's video, I did mention to you that he did say it was dead. He said that talks aren't taking place like he thought. However, he said that it was dead in its original form. And so I let you guys know that talks were probably going to be continuing on and they were going to work something out here. So I don't know that this is a full reversal. It's just, in my opinion, a little bit more information, not a total flip. But this bill is not dead by any means. It sounds like they're going to be making modifications to it. They likely will pass it. Their goal is March, as I mentioned to you in a previous video, by progressives and Nancy Pelosi. And we will see what comes together. But this bill is likely going to be getting cut down significantly again. And we will see what provisions make it in. If there's still going to be a child tax credit, maybe a smaller version, or is it going to get removed altogether? Now, whatever unfolds, I'll keep you up to date. Now, also keep in mind the fact that we're still seeing state, city, and county stimulus checks coming out. And I'll be sure to keep you up to date on those, as it seems like every other day now, a new one is coming out. And if you missed my last video, be sure to check it out. And also, we heard that President Joe Biden is going to be calling upon Congress for more stimulus spending as well to help combat the pandemic. And we've already had lawmakers call out for new phases of stimulus spending to help out businesses as well. So there is still a lot going on with this, and we're going to be seeing what unfolds with Congress, the pandemic, and everything happening with stimulus. And I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date here on the channel. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second to smash that like button. Helps out a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you like to stay up to date, totally free to do so. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. And if you got any specific questions for me, reach out to me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Best way by far to get a hold of me directly, you guys. But with that being said, hope this reaches you well, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.